Buddy, welcome in. Happy
Welcome
to
in,
have
guys.
happy to have everyone here. Uh,
All
good
right,
afternoon.
we are live. Welcome back. Welcome in. If this is your first time here, guys, we take this next 30 minutes, go over questions on land investing, everything land investing. If you guys have been here before, welcome back. Excited to get in it. We really try to bring the most value to you every single Wednesday at this time. It's been great so far. That's why we continue to do it. Why you guys join in? Let us know in the comments where you guys are from and how many of these have you guys been to. Curious to see our experience here so we know where to take it. Let us know where you guys are from and what your guys' land investing experience is like, and that helps us kind of cater to and how we talk about things as well.
Yeah, for sure. Let us know how experienced you guys are, where you guys are joining us from, how many of these you've been to, everything like that. What are your 2024 goals too? Like just knowing stuff like that, Dan, I think really helps us in putting these, making these as effective as possible.
I agree, and we'll get into it here shortly. We take this time, we review deals, we go over deals, we show you what you guys see, hear feedback from you guys, go over all your questions, all that good stuff. Welcome in, Orlando. Welcome, Gregory, Carlos. If you guys don't mind while you're coming in too, smash that like button down there. We're trying to get this algorithm pumping as much as possible. Should teach people about land investing, show as much value as we can these next 30 minutes. Pump that like button in the bottom there. Let's see. We got like around 5 right now, 10. Let's get it up there. That little thumbs up. Put that thumbs
hit that
up
like button down there. We'll get to this first deal here in a minute or two. Get your questions in the chat. Want to know what direction you guys want us to take this. We have deals to go over, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But get your questions as well.
And I see, let's see, Chris from Long Island, zero experience. Cool. Gregory, welcome in. Frequent flyer for sure. Orlando, GMFS Holdings, first webinar. Nice. Anthony, Carlos, welcome in, guys. Cape Coral, New York City, near Charlotte, North Carolina. Anthony, welcome in, guys. Benito, welcome. Awesome, guys. Cincinnati, Ohio, Benito. Cool. Chris from Cincy as well, new member. Palermo, nice. New Jersey. Awesome, guys. This is cool. We got some Clearwater. Got people everywhere. Excited to dive into it. Ron's pulling up a deal here. We got Terry from Tampa, Chelsea from Chelsea, Washington.
Another Cincinnati.
Yeah, a couple of them here. Houston. All right. Gregory says, I have a long question. Should I save it for the members call? I'm getting sketched out by a title company on a deal. No, you can put that in here. We'll get to that, Gregory, for sure. That's a good question. Jose says, how to go about states that do not disclose sales price. Should we avoid states that don't disclose sale price when choosing a county? That's a really good question. You want to take that, Ron? While you're pulling that up?
It's a more advanced thing as far as, so you have like Texas, I think Kansas, Missouri. There's states that do not have, there's called non-disclosure states, and the sold price they don't have. I like those states good because there's another barrier to entry for investors. You need to learn about the market. You need to do a lot of education on that, how to price things out, how to understand the market. But if you can get past that first barrier, there's a ton of opportunity. The podcast that came out this morning, and it's coming out on YouTube here shortly, I kind of talked about getting deals around the holidays. Like, a lot of people don't do shit in December, to be 100% honest, and doing stuff in December gives an opportunity, just like a non-disclosure state.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. Anytime you have, some sort of con like that, there's usually something that balances it out. It's like you can avoid slope, you can avoid Florida and wetlands in Florida, which a lot of land investors do. But then there's other pros, like Florida has really hot real estate right now. And usually it's like that in real estate in general. There's pros and cons. There's sloped areas. There's still great properties, great land within sloped and mountainous areas. So balances out typically. All right, let's get to this deal in Shelby County.
Yeah, for sure. Jeff Simmons said he's in Louisville. Jeff, you familiar with this area? We're right outside of you, I believe, in this with this deal. We're in Shelby County, Kentucky. We have, let's see how much acres we have. We have 1.44 acres. They said it was they said $16,000 purchase price. They're trying to figure out about the sale price. It's a member who brought us this deal. Muck, if you're a member, and I think you are, Mukhtar, bring your deal to the members call right after. So we have 1.44 acres. It's going to be mobile home friendly. I do want to check on the terrain, Dan, because the terrain looks a little iffy here. I just want to kind of check some different map views. Mobile home friendly, nice cul-de-sac lot. I mean, this is a big lot for something like this. Let me see exactly where we are before I look at the overlays. And for everyone who has not been with us before, I'm using ID.land. This is how we review deals. It gives a ton of information. A member brought us this deal. They're just trying to get it reviewed, see if it makes sense for them. They're under contract for $16,000. They think it can resell around $35,000, $40,000, which would make it a great deal, but we're going to check that. So getting into this, we're going to check the floodplain. We have some floodplain down there, not a concern. This is what I'm looking at, Dan. Before I look at the other features, what I see here is something going through here. I don't know if it's a little creek, a little stream, a little something. Something appears to be going through the middle. I always like looking at, you can see this right here. It's very clear right here, but I think you're going to have enough building room, right?
Yeah, it might go down to a little creek. It's not showing any water feature.
Yeah, it's not showing it. Get pictures of this though, right here. You guys can see.
Yeah, you got plenty of land. I wouldn't. That land looks. I mean, this is A+ land from
This
what
is
I see.
awesome. Like putting
the
up,
middle,
this is a nice
whatever.
house. This isn't like I thought it was gonna be more mobile home. Like these are decent houses.
Shelbyville's nice too. This is a very hot area outside I think it's Louisville. But yeah, it's a really nice area. Expensive. This is gonna do really, really well. It's on train tracks. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Not typically a big deal. That's fairly common. People get way more sketched out than they should about railroads, I think. This land is very, very solid. I mean, you could even subdivide this out if you really wanted to. Lots of options here in a hot area like this. What's the price on this?
$16,000. So it's going to be $1,000 of closing costs in Kentucky, somewhere around there. But let's look at price. Land checks out. You do want to get boots on the ground.
Probably outside city limits too, but very close, right?
Yeah, let's see if we're outside of city limits. Actually, that's a good point. So you want to find out if you're literally right outside of city limits. That's cool. So you should have less restrictions. No, just outside. City's over here.
Yeah, got it.
But let's get seeing what the price looks like right outside of Simpsonville. We're gonna go to Shelby County, Kentucky,
east of Louisville. Very cool. And guys, yeah, get your guys' questions in here around. So this is what we do. We evaluate. Someone sent this letter out, a member, probably blind offer, right? That's what we teach and preach, or texting, whatever. But you reached out to the landowner, you got it under contract for $16,000. We looked at the land first. This land's A+. We looked at the slope. We looked at the water features. We do get photos of the pictures of the property before purchasing it. But this is our first step of what we do. We identify it, look at it on Land ID. We evaluate it from there. And then we kind of come and look at the price as well. So that's kind of the steps we're doing right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, just see what the county's looking like as a whole, Dan. I mean, everything I see, there's not a lot of competition, which is great. Let me look what's for sale, if anything. I mean, usually when the numbers are tighter, like you need to look a little more. Let me just go last. Let's do last 24 months. I mean, there's just not a lot of comps, but you guys can see, like, here's one comp. I mean, this is way farther. Shelbyville is going to have a decent pool, though. So we're over right outside of Simpsonville. I mean, I just don't see anything that's telling me that you shouldn't do this deal. I'm not seeing anything that's like jumping off the page, but like this could sell. Like, these aren't fake comps. These are legitimate comps of people paying $80,000 for the same acreage that we have, $60,000 for the same acreage we have. I mean, this is a home run deal, I believe. I don't know if you list it for 55, 50, but this can be buy for 16 and sell
if you list this right outside Louisville in this area, from knowing what I know, for 60, I bet you this sells within a week.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be like a buy for 16,000 and sell. I don't know, mid to upper 50s is my guess for a really, really quick sale.
Yeah, and guys are probably asking like, this seems risky just evaluating it from online. We've done this over 1,000 times. We lost money on one. We lost $1,500. We can go into that story. We told it last week. Go back and watch the YouTube live from last week. I think we talked about it, Ron. We lost $1,500 from one deal since doing this business, and we've done thousands. But I will say we do get pictures. We do sometimes get realtors there. We do other things as well. This is the first kind of initial check, and then we take it through a whole due diligence process. This is us just looking at it. We're going to evaluate that we have access, right? We're going to confirm that. We're going to confirm it's legally, the deed's all good, it's passed down correctly. We're going to get title insurance and go through the whole due diligence process. So this is just kind of our first initial check. I'm 99% certain, as long as the deed and everything checks out, that this is going to be a home run deal, just from looking at it from this.
Yeah, this is really good. Orlando, this is 1.44 acres. We're not typically infill lot people. I don't really like going under 1.5 acres. This is so close to it. Like, this just makes sense. And it's very low risk.
I'm curious, Ron. Yeah,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm curious, guys. Ron's going to finish his whatever he was saying, but in the comments, we can look at another deal. We can do a deal, Ron, that we can do a deal review that we recently sold. So we bought it, then sold it, and we can kind of review it together and
Yep.
see the numbers and talk about that. We can do deal reviews, or we can go over Q&A, guys. What do you want to hear? Orlando, Nathan, Rivera Group, Gregory, all you guys, where do you guys want us to go? We want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments of what to do next, and we're going to take that feedback and go.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. I'm looking to flip this property. How much should I offer? Give me a second, Alex. I have a deal wanting to know if subdividing would be a good move. Would love to look at that, Mitch, if you put the information in there. What do you guys think about vacant land with residential zoning inside resort gated community with golf course, pools, lake, etc.? I may have the opportunity of getting one 7,000 square foot lot for half market. Whenever you're reviewing anything that's more niche, like that kind of stuff, you need to find like kind comps. And when I say that, I mean finding a comp within that gated community. Sometimes it's not possible, but that being said, like usually you can find some comps of land, or there's a reason your land's vacant if something's wrong with the land. If the land checks out and the price checks out, great. But if like you see things within that subdivision, within that HOA that are selling for very little compared to outside of there, then you have a concern.
Yeah, and something like that's all going to depend on what the builder wants to pay for the land at this time. Those can be riskier deals, and HOAs, heavy restrictions, millions of dollars worth of house, like $1 million plus houses, things like that. But yeah, they proposes good opportunities for sure. You just got to get it at the right price. Those can sit for a while too, so having it under market value and being able to drop price when needed is also important.
Michael McGran asked, is it possible to upload a property data list into Land ID, have it color coded? No, Land ID is not really any uploading. You can do stuff like that probably in like Google Earth.
What's the question, Ron?
He was asking if he could upload a list into Land ID and like have it color coded based on certain aspects of the land, I guess. Yeah, that Land ID is not, or
not that sophisticated. It's not data. That's not a data focus. That's a mapping software. It's not a data focused software.
Yeah. Okay. Let me pull this up real fast. I'm gonna pull up this Georgia deal for Mitch. If there's any questions in there, get to them. Get your questions in there, guys. Hit the like button if you guys have not already. Please hit that like button. Really helps get us out to just other people trying to teach land investing to other people as well. Hit that like button.
All right. Let's get into the next deal here. Only heard from a couple of you if we want to see deals or not. I assume you guys want to see some deals. Some had questions. Let us know what you guys want to see. We're happy to adjust. We have more deals to review. You want to see some deals or go over more Q&A, guys?
2810 Mountain View Road, Snellville, Georgia.
All right.
All right, cool. I'm going to pull this up. What's going on here? Is there a church on there? Let me share my screen.
Anthony said deals twice. He doesn't want to hear anything else but a deal review.
There we go.
Let's do it.
All right.
Is this a review or something we're looking at?
It's like something we're looking at.
It's a church.
So we have 8 acres. This is a graveyard.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to buy this. There are people here.
Don't buy a graveyard.
Unless I'm missing something and I'm looking at the wrong parcel. But yeah, that's a graveyard and a church.
There you go, Anthony. You know, when you look at graveyards now, don't buy them.
Yeah. Just deals. Everyone wants to see the deals. Okay.
Let's do it.
And let me get another one up because
the one we recently did, Ron, and maybe it just sold. I know we sold some this week. I had a notary come a couple times. So let's
let me get one of those.
And then we review. Yeah, we'll go back and kind of backtrack it, look at the numbers, expected sale price, what we thought, what it actually sold for, how long it sold for, all that stuff. Yeah, no problem, Mitch. That's why we get multiple eyes on this. That's part of the community, guys. Like, you guys have good deals, bad deals, anything in between. Like, Mitch just found out there's a graveyard on his property that he didn't see. That's fine. That happens all the time. Like, getting multiple eyes on it, checking, that's what we're here for. No problem at all. Yeah, we love going over deals, whether they're good, bad. A lot of deals have opportunities. We love giving you guys
appreciate you guys buys. People are going to miss that. Like, it's not the easiest thing to see right away. You zoom in and you've done this enough times, you'll see that right away. And that'll be easier.
I'm not saying there's not a niche for graveyards, but that's definitely, I'd avoid it. You'll sink away 99.9% of the buyers.
Why not graveyard?
Would you want to buy a graveyard if you're buying 10 acres?
I mean, if you're renting it out and you're looking at like that kind of business, he was asking for a subdivision play. You're
Business
obviously,
model's different.
yeah.
Yeah. If you're looking to build a graveyard business, you're in the graveyard business. You're not in the land business. That's a little bit different, but yeah.
But all right, let me share my screen here. So this is a recent deal we partnered with on a partner. It's in Union County, South Carolina. Looks like we had, I'm trying to add this up. It was 21 acres here, Dan, and he went with a subdivide play. It looks worse than what it looks like right here. He did interesting in terms of this subdivide. He did it in a very smart way. Let me pull out my little measuring tool here. I believe he did a 10-acre parcel, a 5-acre parcel, and a 6-acre parcel. It looks like all in graveyard biz. Larry and Lindsay just say one word every week and it makes me laugh. 10, so it's 10, 5, and 6. I believe our all-in price was $64,000. We split it up and we sold for I'm trying to get these numbers here correctly, so I'm not saying the wrong thing. I want to say it was about 140,000. So we bought for 64 and sold for 140 after we split it. So what this parcel looked like, guys, and this is an awkward one. Like you look at this, our partner did a really good job kind of coming up with this, but you look at this parcel, it's not like a clear subdivide, Dan. I want to say he cornered off right here, and this was about 5 acres. So yeah, he did a little more than that. So this is a cool subdivide tool. I just made a YouTube video on that. I think it came out last week. Did he do a pizza flag shape on one of these, Dan? Do you know?
I don't know. I do remember this deal. I don't
Something
remember
like this. I think then he did 2 straighter ones, but this was the basis of it, guys.
Yeah, show them the line. Show them the do one more and then show them kind of how it goes.
I would go like here. Let's go like that.
Just do that.
I believe this is about it. We're actually really close, honestly. So this is, we'll just say 5, 6, and then this one's going to be about 10. I'll do it actually so you guys can see. Let me go here. Cool. So you guys can see the basis of it. I didn't do that perfectly, obviously, but these are actually really, really solid shaped parcels. He bought this, like I said, about 2 months ago. He did this insanely fast. So he bought this 2 months ago. He bought this in October, and he was able to subdivide and sell all these off within 2 months. He ended up netting. He didn't pay a dime out of his pocket for this. I think he made about $60,000. No, he made actually, I think he made $60,000 on this deal, Dan, and we made 10 or whatever for funding the deal. But he did an unbelievable job. This is a really good way where if he bought this as is and sold as 21 acres, he might have bought for 64,000 and sold for 100. He split this off and he got $140,000 out of it.
So good, and he sold it quick. Like we would not expect him to sell this at this quick. Yeah, this was a great example. So our numbers on this, it took 60 days to close, bought for 60, sold for 140, you said? Roughly?
Bought for 60, sold for 140, yeah.
So look at these opportunities. This total acreage is 5, 5, 10. So about 20 acres, a little over probably, right? 21 acres. Is that what it is?
21 acres, yep.
Yeah, so 21 acres. And you'd look at this, guys, and know like an average person wouldn't think subdivide play here, but he was able to extract 40,000, 50,000 the extra profit off this. I don't know the exact numbers from that. And it also sold quick. And there's a lot more buyers in the 5 acres range than there is 21 acres. The price range, everything attracts more people. So Matt did a really good job at selling this off quick.
Yeah, it was creative what he did. Like, I don't know if that would have been my initial thought. And a lot of people also, Dan, let me pull off of here. How do I do this? Recently timbered too. So like, I think that also helps with being smaller parcels opposed to having 21 acres. That's kind of bare timbered. You just have, and you see how this looks like. This is 10 acres isn't as undesirable. This is not like a patch of something. This is trees that are laid down that they didn't clean up after. So this wasn't perfect land by any means, but he did a really good job.
It's a good market, good size, good price. Like everything was good about it. Like this is a really nice area here.
Yeah.
And you see the subdivisions around it. Like look at all these developments around this. This is a really, really solid area.
Yeah. This is the potential of what's going to. We never tell like first people getting their first deals to do this. It's not what we advise because there are things that complications with it. But your third, fourth, fifth deal, like you can do minor subdivides, make 100 grand really, really easily. It's just about learning the basics at first, Dan, which I really like.
Yeah. And Anthony said, sell the 2 lots, owner finance the third, and have passive income. You can do whatever strategy you want. Yeah. On the disposition side, if you want to hold notes and make passive income, a few $100 a month for, several years and get your money back, it's always an option. We're believers in seller financing. We don't do it personally. I don't like to hold notes, but we will sell it under seller financing and sell the note.
The
at
power
closing.
that he can do, Anthony, like a lot of, like, it's great looking at it like that, but the power that this member can do with that $50,000 of profit that he has is very, like, he can make $500,000 with that $50,000 of profit in the next 6 months versus
He
having
will.
a couple $100. Yeah, 100%. That's 90,000, or that's 90,000.
It depends what you
mailers.
want, though. It's also like a different strategy. So if you already had 500,
Yeah.
if you're set and you're financially good and you don't care about the upfront money to keep making it work for your business, then that's a strategy I go for, because it kind of diversifies you for sure. There's pros and cons to it. Like if you don't need the cash now and you don't want to put it back to use, why not? You still get a 20% down payment, 30% down payment, however you organize that. But yeah, that's definitely another.
He also had deal funding partners. Like, he didn't put a dime into it, so it becomes a little more complicated holding long term with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's let me go through questions real fast.
Good questions, guys. If you guys don't mind, hit the subscribe button. We like to do this every week. The subscribe button keeps us coming back, providing as much value as we can. If you guys don't mind, if you guys like what you're seeing, if you like the deals we're reviewing, if you like what we're doing here, we really, really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button. If you haven't already, guys, appreciate it.
Yeah, Lucas, he sold all 3. He did. It was fast. I couldn't. I looked back when I was because I paid him out today or yesterday, and I looked back and I'm like, holy crap! Like, he just got that. He just acquired that. Like, to do all that, sell 3 properties, do a survey. He did all this extremely fast.
But he's got it all organized when it closes on the buy side, ready to go. I bet that surveyor might have even been started by the time he bought it.
This would take some people 8 months. Like, that's and Matt would get.
But he priced aggressive. He's aggressive too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's aggressive. He knows how to sell things. He takes it by the rein. Like, it will take some people 5, 6, 7, 8 months, and with no doubt. But what acreage range increments do you use to price your list? Acreage range. We like going after big deals. Like, I tell a lot of our members to go after 2 to 100 acres, 2 to 200 acres. And then when you're pricing them, I think that's kind of part of your question. When you're pricing them, it just varies. I usually go 2 to 3 acres, 3 to 4 acres, 4 to 6, 6 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 100.
Yeah. And like Ron said, we go after big deals. Anthony asked, did he double close this? Well, Anthony asked 2 questions I want to go over about the 5 acres, and then did he double close this? No, Anthony, he did not double close this. We funded this past deal for him, and we closed it in our name. So then he was able to relist it and just focus on the sales side after.
He kept 75% of profit.
Correct.
I want to know how much to offer on this property. Let me see if I can get this, Alex. Give me a second. We have about 5 more minutes. I'm trying to get through as many questions as possible, help you guys out as best as possible. Like Daniel said, if you guys haven't already, hit that like button. It really helps us.
Subscribe.
Subscribe, like, yeah, exactly. Let me see. Let me look at this real fast, Alex. Let me get this up.
What do we got here?
We were partners in the deal, Anthony, not really transactional funding, because he didn't have a buyer lined up till after he closed.
Yeah, it is not transactional funding. No, this is more of like it's almost a partnership agreement. We put up the money and then we split the profits. Matt didn't have to put anything down. Matt didn't have to give us his credit score. Matt didn't have to get any bank financing, anything like that. No mortgage, anything. It's just based on the profit and the land.
And the land was the, I guess, what do you call it, liability?
Yeah. So the land, I mean, it's if he doesn't sell it within X amount of time, we take the land over essentially. But he doesn't have money out of his pocket, no risk. So it works both ways really well.
All right, I'm gonna get this deal for Alex real fast. County Line Road. And for those of you who are first time here, we do this every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Bring deals, bring questions, anything like that. We only have 30 minutes because we have a members call right after. But we try to go over as many questions, help you guys out as best as possible. 525 County Line Road. Let's get this up real fast. Cool. How many Oh, it's 11 acres. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can find out which one this is, because there's a lot right here. I'm going to assume it's this one. 10.9 acres. It's going to be the same thing. He said 11 acres. He gave me an address. So he's trying to figure out what to offer on this. I'll go through this kind of fast here. Floodplain. The thing when you are like, so many people want to like, so many sellers, Dan, say like, what's your best offer? What's your best offer? And like, it does not result in deals. If you do not get it, I don't ever, 0 times do I remember getting a deal when the seller would not give me a number.
Yeah.
If you guys have gotten deals like that, like, and you guys are sending neutral letters, but like, If you go through here and every time a seller says I want a number and you pull up land ID and then you look at Zillow and then you compare it and then you do that, like it's going to take absolutely forever.
Yeah, give
Uh,
them. I mean, just have the area kind of priced out so
yeah,
roughly in this area we're offering $1,800 per acre. I'll look at your land and get more specific. How does that sound for you?
yeah,
Something like
exactly.
that to get their response, and they're like, "Oh hell no, I want to sell it for 10,000 acre," and then I'm not going to waste
Yeah.
my time on this shit. And
There
then
needs to
vice
be
versa
a
also.
buffer point from when they respond to like also you need to be able to weed out sellers in another way. And if you don't have that ballpark number, it becomes very, very
And that's the
difficult.
problem with texting. People aren't good at weaning out potential sellers. That's the number one thing with texting you got to get good at if you want to make it work.
Here's 14 acres listed for 225 pending sale. Again, this is like a non-disclosure, like we were talking about earlier. It took a month to go pending. I would guess this sold for $200,000. 14 acres. What's 200 divided by 14, Dan? 4.
12.
I don't think you're right there. 14.2. So that's 14,000 an acre. You multiply that by 11 acres, that puts you at 140,000. Let me see if I can see if anything's for sale. That would be my starting point. I mean, assuming I would offer like $50,000. Here's 8.5 acres for $140,000 for sale. 8 saves, 29 days. This is definitely overpriced. I would offer around $50,000. I think we're using ID.land to look at. Now
Yeah,
this
he
is
asked, what
Zillow.
software
Yeah.
are you guys using at,
Yeah.
make sure we're reading these questions so everyone's following. What software are you guys looking at right now? That was Zillow right now, and then ID.land is the software we're using to analyze the land.
Yep. Absolutely. Let me go through, Dan. We have a couple more minutes, guys. See if there's anything we
Yeah, and
missed.
last call, guys, or I guess my last chance, guys. If you haven't already, please hit that like and subscribe button. It really, really helps drive this to more people and reach our mission of creating more freedom for people ultimately through land investing. We're going to be back here same time next Wednesday with you guys.
I know there are a few people who are asked. This is recorded, put on YouTube, so you guys could immediately rewind and go back.
Yeah.
In 3 minutes, once we get off of here, we have a YouTube video getting released. I talked about actually doing deals around the holidays, Dan. I think it was a really good video. Like, should you be trying to do deals around the holidays? Is there opportunity? So that is coming out in 3 minutes on YouTube.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. It's been one of the biggest questions, sending mail marketing during this time. It's an odd time. People are buying presents. People are traveling. It's a really weird time. Ron gets into the weeds of what to do and how to treat this in your business these next couple months.
Other than that, Dan, I think we got through all the questions. If we didn't get to one of your deals, feel free to come into our Discord and do that and bring it next week, anything like that. We'll be here again next week, even with the holidays. But you have anything else, Dan?
I think we're good to go, guys. Appreciate you all joining, and we'll be back we have Friday in Discord, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday again next week. Wednesday's the YouTube live, but we'll see you guys all then.